That's loud. How abrupt was that ending? Hello, everybody. God, that was banging, wasn't it? It was like a nightclub in here.
Oh,
Should we shut
God.
the door? I think we could probably shut the door.
I'm not
Should we
sure
not?
about...
Well, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Stand Up From the Shed.
Hello.
What's that accent? That was sort of Mrs. Doubtfire.
It was Mrs. Doubtfire.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hello, dear. I like it. Good evening, show 27. Good God. 27. I say it every week because we're here, aren't we? Sheesh. Show 27. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stand Up From the Shed. I'm Scott. This is Gemma.
Hi.
She's not on her phone just dawdling. She's going to monitor the feed. Have you got any shout-outs?
Doesn't that illustrate a point of how rude it is when somebody's on their phone when you're trying to talk to
when
them?
you're trying to do a show in a shed? It's a nightmare.
Well, no, just generally, because, if you're new to this and you're just tuning in, you'll think, gosh, she's rude.
She's unsupportive, isn't she? What's she doing in the background? Wait till she gets going and she starts yawning and nodding off and laughing at stuff on the feed and not my jokes that I've written. So, Gemma, welcome, everybody, to show 27. Here we are, usual mix. Topical news, we're going to be reviewing that. We've got your features, phobias, we've had some crackers. Thanks to everyone who's written in. We've got some absolute bangers. Now, the only thing is, Gemma, is as everyone's phobia comes up, they're going to have to put their head in their ears?
Head in their ears.
Fingers in their ears, or they're going to have to look away.
Don't mention ears, it's a whole...
Ears is... I've already done it. You see, that's the problem. I can't hit... I'm going to hit on a phobia every time. Yeah. So we're going to have to get through it together. Think of this as therapy. By therapy, I mean torture, because I'm just going to be saying everyone's phobias.
Yeah. I don't know how we get round this.
We don't. We just do it, love. We just do it. This is how we do it. We're going to help people.
Because you're not keen on...
What?
Can I say it?
Go on.
Spiders?
No, don't like them.
Sorry.
Already a problem.
I've arranged for, at some point in this show, a massive spider's going to fall on your head.
One crawled across my foot the other night when we were watching telly. I've never been so scared in my life.
Yeah, but did you tell them what we threw on it?
We threw on the Shed Show book that the Shed book that you got us, Nick. It's been useful. Bang! Do you know what? That spider was so big I thought it wanted the remote.
I know.
It was massive. It was absolutely massive.
Can I just say that I really didn't feel good about that?
I think you're making a weird noise. What?
I didn't feel good about it.
What?
I don't ever feel good about killing a spider. Never.
You got me jittery. I did a full water in my face then.
I don't ever feel good about that because, I've been brought up, like my mum would say, they eat all the flies, they're good for the house.
But I don't like flies either, and I kill the flies. I don't need the spiders because I swat the flies, usually with a tea towel, which I then use to dry up.
Mr. Longlegs, I've tried to reason with him, but you're going down.
Let's get the theme tune on, Gemma. Here we go.
Right, what time is it?
7 p.m.
Oh, God!
We're never going to get this right. Okay. 7 p.m. on a Thursday night, and I grab my drink and I feel alright. Ain't got nowhere else to go, so I'm going to the Shed Show. Shed Show. We're good at this now.
Wow.
Shed Show. Just need to remember the words. Shed Show, let's go, come on. Woo! 27, that had a real bounce to it, a real...
I did remember last week you like the kind of...
I like the canter, I feel like I'm on a donkey trek, or like a pony trek. 7 p.m. on a donkey trek.
I think what we need to do...
What are you looking at?
I think we need to try a different vibe like this.
That sounds like what it'd be like if I was in sort of Japan.
That was kind of like the
Go on.
Tony Hart.
On a Thursday night, I grab my drink. Feels a bit Nick Cave. Alright. Ain't got nowhere else to go. And the red right hand. That sounded good.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's have a play with that next week.
Okay.
Let's do some different tunes.
I can't remember where I had it on before now.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to remember.
67.
67. It's all we're doing it. 27 weeks. 67. It's been a good week, hasn't it? We've had a few little bits of news. Apparently, Olivia told us tonight at dinner that she's going to be a judge in a play.
Yeah, they're going to go to the Galleries of Justice, I think it is.
Yeah.
And she's going to be
A judge.
A judge.
Now, what that girl doesn't need is more
Judge
power.
Brenda.
She doesn't need more power. She said to me, I can't wait to get hold of the mallet.
Oh,
She said, put it down! You're going down!
Yeah, I was saying, please be really method, Liv, when you're going like,
I'm gonna have to take this off,
order,
I'm too warm.
order.
She's going to go in, she's going to have a proper, like, we're not going to get her a wig, we're going to do her hair as a proper judge. We're going to have a perm, we're going to have,
she needs to wear specs.
grey hair. Yeah.
And I wanted to get the evidence that has been presented before me today. I wanted to be really like method, you know, like.
You're buzzing.
She won't do it. She won't be. I'll turn it off.
Yeah.
She won't do it.
She won't do it. Then I want to say, I am open to bribes, things like that. You know what I mean? So she's going to be a judge. I don't know. They're trying an 11-year-old. It doesn't seem legit to me. It's something from the 19th century.
Go easy.
Go easy. She's 11. Olivia will like, no, I will listen to the evidence.
Going down!
And if she goes down, there's no community service in the 1800s. Do you know what she said? When she said go easy on her, she went, hanging. That's the level. Hanging. Hanging is going easy. So if any people out there who love the Daily Mail, my daughter is the perfect judge for you. She'll hang everyone. Litter pickers, hang them. That's what she's going to do. Anyway, we have got, also, I did think, obviously...
What other news have we had then?
Well, the other news is that we've had a new bottle bin.
Oh God! Do you know what? I did think
genuinely excited.
Let me just say, I did think a good theme for the show would be collecting.
Yes.
Make a note.
Make a note.
That's a good one.
Collecting. Yeah.
Because I thought we are collecting bins.
We are collecting bins.
And the collection is extensive.
Yeah.
Shiny and new.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
So it's a museum of bins.
I mean, the colours, the reds, the browns, the greens, the blacks. I mean,
we should have took a picture for it because I'm going to say something, right? I normally write about like what I'm doing and where I'm going, and I've had nothing, and that's why I'm down to doing. We've got a new bin. Yeah. That's the biggest bit of news that's happened to me, and I
am really happy with that bin.
It's the sad state of affairs where we've drank so much booze, we've outgrown the bag. We've outgrown the bag. I've drank so much booze.
That's not true. Right, listen.
But let me just describe this bin because she's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
She's slim. She's petite. She's got a red head. I never fancied a red head, but this little bin with this little red head.
What, you never liked Jerry Halliwell? She was a
annoying.
in her time.
But you know what? The other thing is, like when I move it down the driveway, it sounds like I'm emptying the bottles round the back of Weatherspoons.
Oh yeah.
Really give
no, I love it when I don't throw them.
It sounds like you're auditioning for Stomp.
Yeah, but I don't throw them in aggressively, but even if you just drop it in,
it's going to smash. It's a 2-metre drop, love. It's going. It's like a log flume for those bottles. But we do love the bin. That's what's happened. We've got a new bin.
Yeah, it's only because that ruddy bag kept flying away.
Yeah, and I think someone kept stealing it. The other thing that's happened this week is Gemma took a picture graph. What's a picture graph? It's a photo and a picture combined.
It's a telegraph.
That's us at home without children who are both at school. Strange.
Very
strange. I've not even bothered to comb my hair. Gemma's terrified.
Very strange.
It just feels weird. It feels weird. But they're both at school, and now obviously Sophia's at school. This morning she had to go in a PE kit. They have to wear it all day. They're not allowed to get changed. And my God, I think the teachers are going to hang on to that.
Absolutely.
Because if you try to get 27 socks on 27 toddlers, it's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare.
So
tights, wait till the tights.
Wait till the winter season comes.
Oh, they've got gussets hanging around their knees.
The amount of times I just didn't bother with Olivia and said, just put them on just put them on one leg, love.
Do you know what? We ought to do a video of that. You trying to get tights on Olivia. Oh my, that was just.
I used to pick her up.
Jeez.
I used to pick her up like that. And she'd walk
like
around.
Putting a pillowcase
honestly,
on.
they were under her neck at one point, like that. Yeah. Proper neck tights and a scarf. So anyway,
tights are a struggle.
There we go. That's been the news this week. That's been our news, our personal news, what's been going on in our lives. So yes, you're going to monitor the feed, Gemma. If anyone's going to shout, we're on Phobias.
I'm going to.
She's going down, is Gemma? She's going down.
I am actually a quarter Scottish.
Right.
That's right, isn't it? Yeah, my nana was Scottish.
I don't know which quarter.
Yeah, my mum's mum was
You
Scottish.
like Scotch eggs?
My mum's dad was Geordie.
Right.
And that's it.
Is that it? I don't know. It's your family, not mine.
But that's why I was doing the Scottish accent, because I have a right to it almost.
You're wrong. If you're Scottish, you've got a right to it, yeah.
Okay, see you later.
All right, well done. Thank you for that little bit of information. Okay, so here we are, show number 27. Other things that have happened this week. Someone asked me for directions yesterday.
Oh, they obviously don't know you then.
No, they don't know me at all, but this is the thing. They pulled up in a car, they asked me for directions, and I've got to say, that hasn't happened for years. It hasn't happened for years, man.
Word got round how bad you are.
No, just because I nearly said to him, haven't you got a phone? Haven't you got a phone? We don't do this anymore.
You didn't say that, did
No,
you?
but I just did think we don't need our brains for this anymore. This is not part of what we use our brains. It's like remembering phone numbers or telling the time. We've got phones for that now. And these people, I thought they were time travellers. Like that's a question straight from 1991, isn't it? Can you tell me where to get to this place? I don't know what car they were driving. Probably a DeLorean, actually. But she was like, can you tell me where Red Cherry Lane is? And I'm like, I can't, but Google Maps can, love. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
This is the thing. Whenever I've stopped for directions, Gemma, I've asked the question, and then within seconds, I lose complete faith that person knows anything at all. I just zone out. It's like go to the left, go to the end, then bear right, then you come to a T-junction, go straight across, right at the pub, and I'm just sat there staring at him thinking, that's one hell of a beard you've got. That must be 10 years ago. You look a bit like Harrison Ford, mate. Do you know what I mean? And he's finishing, and I just zone back in, Gem. I just go, thanks, mate, and I'll drive away, and Gemma will say to me, did you get any of that? No, none at all. It's absolutely pointless. And then I swear he can see me stop 100 yards down the road, Gemma, and ask someone else. And I know he can see me. Obviously I'm not listening because you're not writing it down, are you? I mean, no one's going to remember that, are you? I mean, it's like you're some sort of human sat-nav, like Rain Man or something. Do you know what I mean? But the best thing would be to get him to sit in the back and go with you. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Or just let him drive. Just say, hey, mate, you can take over from here. They're your family now. I'm clearly useless and I've let them down. There you go, mate. They're yours. Do you know what? Men, apparently I've Googled this, Gemma. Before sat-navs came in, like men aren't very good at asking for directions, apparently. No, before sat-navs came in, I always used to see this. You'd always see a couple in a car passing you, having a massive row, right? And then in the back, you can see kids just staring out the windows, terrified. And like the husband, like she's yelling at the husband, just going, Peter, for God's sake, just pull over, swallow your pride, and ask someone, will you? And he's just staring straight ahead.
True.
But he's driving up the same bit of road again and again. Calm down, Julie. I just need to get my bearings. Like my dad never asked for directions. He was so proud, right? And he may as well have just wound the window down and said, listen, mate, I just want to let you know that I'm a complete failure. Have a good day. And just, he would rather do that than ask for directions, right? So anyway, once, right, I was stuck in a late night diversion. Okay, I'm going to start this. And it was a nightmare. Because I don't know if you're aware of this, right? The Highways Agency, they like to have a little play with you when you're driving late at night. It's a little bit of a quest. You know, you don't know whether you're coming or going. You're following symbols, square, triangle. It's like driving
like
a PlayStation controller, love. It's a nightmare, right? The worst point is like I've been driving, right, for about 40 minutes. I was tired. And even my sat-nav's getting annoyed because he's going like, just go back, mate. You need to get back on the motorway, mate. What are you doing? Like, just go back on the motorway. Like,
I love it when you sat and I panic.
Yeah, it's like, are you driving? Or are you just burying a body or something? Like, get back on the M5, you bellend, right? So I pull up next to the Highways Agency, and they're just sat in the van with their legs on the dashboard, right? And I feel like knocking on the door and just going, lads, I give up, right? You win. I can't beat this Duke of Edinburgh style challenge, mate. Move over. I'm sleeping in your van. I'm sleeping in your van, mate, right? And you just end up, all I do is follow the driver that's looking the most confident, right? Someone who I think knows the road, and you think, he knows where he's going. He knows his way. He's not even looking. And then you follow him, and you realise you've pulled up on his driveway behind him. And then you end up living with him. The other thing, as well as doing that, the other thing I did this week is I claimed a wave.
Oh,
now,
God,
to the parent who did this, I'm embarrassing, right? Please accept my apologies, right? Because I now realise I don't know you, you don't know me, and you were waving at your kid behind me, right? I'm not a lunatic, right? It's right.
I wish I'd have seen that. Who did you actually?
I just waved at someone. She waved, and then I realised she was waving at a kid behind me, and I just sort of went, just sort of pretended that I was just sort of just stretching. Do you know? It was so embarrassing, right? And this is the thing. Like, sometimes I claim car horns. I do that. Just like beep beep beep. That's for me. How you doing, mate? You're all right. I don't know who they are, right?
I sometimes claim aggressive car horns, like I've done something wrong when I haven't done anything.
I'm going to start taking people's phone calls out and about just like that. That's for me, mate. He'll call you back. Other people have done this, right? I've got other people here. I'm going to read out these, right? I have Dutchy Holland. He says, I've done this so...
I love that name.
Dutchy Holland, it's a great name, isn't it? I've done this so many times. I once chased a car across a car park and knocked on the window to get my sister's attention before I realised it wasn't my sister. Brilliant work. Fantastic work, mate.
I hate that. I've done that so many times.
This is worse. Sarah Scott, she said, I've gone worse than that. I had this great idea to go up to my sister and whack her on the backside when I spotted her at the shop.
You are joking.
Right? It was something we did to each other way back when. Only that particular time, it wasn't my sister.
Oh, no!
Just hit a random girl on the bum.
Awful.
Just be thankful you weren't a man, my darling, because you'd have been in trouble there. I thought it was my sister. That's a weak defence.
Yeah, very weak.
Nick Bell, he said, I did a similar thing out running last night, passing a lady from our village on the other side of the road, heard her shout hi, so I shouted hi back and waved, looked over to see her talking to another lady in her garden.
Oh,
brilliant,
God.
mate.
I
What
like
a plonker.
I do love it when they don't actually notice that you've said hello, so you can actually just carry on and do like a, like deny that you've done it, just pretend you didn't ever do it.
Just complete denial, isn't it?
Yeah.
Complete denial.
I hate it.
The other thing that's happened is there's been a 10 p.m. curfew and restrictions in the northeast.
Right.
So it's been hit by a wave of restrictions, including no socialising outside of your bubbles and a 10 p.m. curfew, right? Now, this curfew is from 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. Okay?
Right.
It's a very specific time frame,
That's
Now, that's when I think when COVID goes to bed. or when it works shifts. I think that's when it is.
Yeah.
It probably works night shifts. Maybe. I think that it'll stop the drunk people, the young people, from spilling out onto the streets, Jem, and in city centres and not social distancing. Well, I've been to Newcastle, and let me tell you, you closing the pubs at 10, it won't be a deterrent. It'll be a challenge. Because what they will do is start drinking earlier. That's all they'll do. And I love the idea of it. Like when this curfew is going to be like the film The Purge, Jem. Now, I don't know if you know that. That film is when they set a date, and it was like a lawless society. That's what it was, right?
Is it a horror film?
Yeah, kind of like a horror film. It's a bit shit, right? And what I love is like the idea that
check you out, Mark Commode.
not very. Yeah, that was my review. That it's a bit shit. 2 stars, Mark Commode. What I love is that the idea that they'll have a big siren or like a Geordie coming over like a tannoy going, "Oh, here, man, get inside. It's the curfew. Come on, Pep, get up, drink up and come inside, you bloody idiot. Come on." That's my best Geordie accent. There'll be tanks, right, following pensioners home from the bingo, like a COVID warden hanging out the top, Jem, with a megaphone. It's like they tailgate someone on a mobility scooter, like just going, "Come on, get your foot down, Doris. It's 10 to 10, love. Come on, put your hairnet on. It'll cut down on wind resistance. Come on."
Oh, God.
They'll be having to infiltrate the pubs, right, getting people to down their drinks because they've called last orders at 9:30.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? They'll be stood round. It'll be like Freshers Week, won't it? Yes. Get it down, you Zulu warrior. Come on, it's 9:45. Come on, there's a curfew. I think
bingo don't kick out till 10.
Well, this is the thing. You'll have to be careful. The last time we locked a load of people in an house in Newcastle, we ended up with Geordie Shore. And that's worse than any second wave. Trust me, right? It's targeting young people, isn't it? And I know from experience, if I've been out drinking since 7 at my age now. No, if I've been out drinking now at 7 at my age, at 41, and someone said you need to go home to bed, mate, at 10, I would absolutely agree with them. I would just go, yes, I do. I'm shattered. I want to go to bed, right? Even like people in Northumberland, right? They're angry because they've been lumped in with the northeast, right? Even though they haven't had many cases.
Well, they are the northeast.
Yeah, but it's like the government have locked them down region by region. I think it's like in Downing Street, they've got a dartboard with all the areas of the UK on, right? Yeah. And they just throw a dart in it every week. And like I think they're doing it on accents. So like this week, I reckon they went, "Who is it this week, Matt Hancock?" It was like, "Oh, what are those ones that sound like Anton Deck? Let's lock them down, right? Oh, have we done Liam Gallagher's? Yeah, that was last week. That was Greater Manchester, right?" And the other thing is, what is with these late night government announcements, right? They're keeping these like life-changing moments that affect all our lives at 10 p.m. at night, just as we're about to nod off.
Why
give
do
that shot of extra anxiety just as you're about to go to bed. It's like you're laid in bed, reading your Kindle, you're just about to go to sleep, and your partner rolls over and says, "I don't love you anymore, and I'm leaving you in the morning. Night, night." You get, Jesus. It's like, or you're waiting for an operation in hospital, and an anaesthetist injects you, and just before you lose consciousness, they lean in and say, "It's mad, this." I don't even work here. That's the sort of thing you can't do anything about it. Why do they keep making these announcements, Jen? I don't know, right?
I reckon it's so that there's less of a comeback at night, do you think?
What? They can do less about it.
You're going to bed, so that you'll go to bed with the thought and they hope that you'll get up and like not be so mad.
Yeah, maybe you'll forget about it in the morning. Don't go to sleep on an argument. That's what that doesn't work, does it? Because we're going on a massive argument.
That's the theory they've got.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on an argument.
The other thing is, right, I hate to say it, Gemma, but it looks like Lockdown could be back for another series.
Oh, no.
And from the trailers, it looks like Lockdown 2. This time it's personal, right?
God.
It was getting a bit predictable, Gem, but I think this one could be a return to form. We've got new characters, love.
Right, okay.
We've got the loophole man.
Yes.
The person who knows all the legislation and how to bend it. They've worked out the rule of 6 doesn't apply to them.
Yes.
You can have a gathering up to 30 people as long as it involves a countryside pursuit.
Oh, yes.
So we see him. He's at his daughter's birthday party with 30 guests.
Yes.
Happy birthday, darling. 6 today. You're a big girl. Now, to celebrate, instead of blowing out the candles this year, you get to blow the head off a grouse. Earmuffs on, everyone. Lock and load. Happy birthday. It's our Sebastian's christening next week, loophole man. What do you suggest? Well, fox hunting, of course. Yes. That's what we'll do. We'll get one of the hounds to lick his forehead. Then it's an official christening. You've also got Boris, right? Boris, the saviour. Yeah. And he just seems to be getting caught in the middle at the moment. He looks like bewildered with it all, right? It's like a capsized windsurfer on a windy lake, right? Just holding onto the board as he's dragged around in the weeds. Do you know what I mean? Just treading water with a lily pad on his head, right? And this is what he said, Gemma, about the latest COVID graph. He compared it to a camel's back.
What?
He went, we need to stop the second hump of the dromedary. Is it the dromedary or the camel? What has 2 humps? This is him. It's like he's at a family quiz.
Oh,
we need to avoid the sombrero. You know, we need to protect Christmas. That's what he's trying to say. He's like, he's going to, thanks for the update on the camel anatomy, mate. It's not like, it's like catchphrase, isn't it? Say what you see.
Say what you see.
But the thing is, right, I mean, he wants to be the saviour of Christmas. Can I just say, Boris, don't bother. Because no one is thinking about Christmas, mate. We're all scared with skin.
Oh, that's a lie.
Well, no, listen. We're all scared with skin. We've spent 6 months on the sofa watching box sets and eating Pringles. We've had our Christmas. We've had it about 6 times over, mate. Do you know the other one?
I see what you did there. I was going to ruin your joke.
Yeah, thank you. I know you too well now to have to just plough on. The other one is that Chris Whitty, the medical officer, right? Yeah. Chief medical officer. I feel sorry for that man, right? Because imagine, he's like a harbinger of doom, isn't he? Imagine him having to deliver bad news every week, like some sort of evil Sith Lord, right? He'd be a great Grim Reaper on Halloween night this year, I think. Because it's just got a really, every day. I wonder if he just gets home, Gem, and he's just as miserable. Do you know what I mean? He just carries on that same ghost-like persona. Everything just bleak and hopeless. Just like, no, he just gets in and just goes, well, that's the last of the milk, darling. Come and sit down, Chris. Dinner's ready. I can't. First of all, let me update the death toll on the chart on the fridge. He's not allowed to show a flicker of personality.
Yeah, he's not
allowed. He can't look smug, excited, relieved. Nothing, Gemma. No. He has to stand there at a podium like a psychopath with this blank expression, telling everyone what they don't want to hear. And people are. I just wanted to give us something positive, Chris. Tell us anything. Tell us it'll be over by Christmas, mate.
Know, he might be a right laugh, Chris.
He might be a right laugh. Come on with some funny tie on or some daft trousers. Tell us that they've tested the vaccine on a monkey and he's fine. Wear a sexy face mask. Give us some hope, Chris. Bloody hell, mate.
One of those face masks that when you pull it down, it looks like your mouth's open.
That's the like we've got a beard. Come on, Chris. Have a bit of a laugh with it, mate. We need a laugh. Right? Do you know what? Some of the old characters are going to return this year for season 2, Jam.
Season 2 lockdown.
Season 2 lockdown. You've got Joe Wicks is stretching as we speak.
Oh, yes, Joe, come on.
He has the delivery man who waits patiently on your doorstep while you wash all your shopping in his entire body in Dettol. He's coming back, right?
Yeah.
Parents are laying awake at night, shaking with fear about the prospect of homeschooling.
Oh, Jesus.
Uncle Dave dusting off his Zoom quiz and researching questions on the land mass of rare continents.
I'm actually feeling nostalgic
for a Zoom quiz. This is the problem. This is the problem.
Ridiculous.
We're looking back and going, it wasn't that bad, was it, lockdown one?
It bloody was.
It wasn't bad, right? Window cleaners are rushed off their feet, Gemma. They're cleaning windows in wardinated flats, right? Waiting for your kids to be able to wave to Nana. Do you know what I mean? Press against the glass, right? You've got.
Oh yeah.
You've got WhatsApp community groups starting again. We've already seen the first pleas for yeast by Mrs. Wilson, who's shielding in Tunbridge Wells, right? But you've got some new characters. These new characters. You've got Anti-Mask Man.
Oh yeah.
He refuses to be told what to do. He believes the whole thing is a conspiracy because he's read it on the internet, right?
Yes.
He loves David Icke, and he spends his evenings licking handrails and trying to prove the scientists wrong, right? So you've got him. You've also got a new group of people, Gemma, called the Snitchers.
Oh,
the Snitchers.
I like it.
They hide behind curtains, right? With the lights off, spying on the neighbours, right? Taking number plates. They're recording like a detective, right? They pop out from behind privet edges to shut down a family barbecue like it's an illegal rave. Do you know what I mean? Like they look like you and me, but they like crawl around in loft spaces, drilling holes, catching reckless lawbreakers, right? They don't care if one of them was a BT engineer or a visiting relative. If you're over 7, someone's got to pay. Someone's got to pay, right?
You're going down.
And they're settling old scores. They're like, right, I know the police is busy, but Susan next door gave me some right shit over my conifers. And I can see there's 8 people in her conservatory. It's payback time, bitch. Okay. 101, you're going down.
That's good.
You're going down. Maybe you've got a noisy neighbour who always has
I like
parties.
this is like the cast roll call of lockdown.
Well, that's it. You might have a nightmare noisy neighbour or something. What you can do now is get invited to the party and ring the police from the party.
While you're there?
Yeah, like a mole.
What, you're the actual...
Bang!
You're
You can shut the party down.
Yeah.
You're the 7th member and you shut it down.
You
Boom!
to you go, they've got more than 6 in there, and then the neighbour will go, no, we haven't. You go, I know this because I was the 7th.
I was the 7th. I was the mole. I was the sacrificial lamb.
Yes.
They also work hand in hand with the social distancing warriors, right?
Yes.
Who are a fearsome bunch of traffic wardens on a power trip, right? They're there to protect us. They're usually there to protect us, but they won't hesitate to get someone in a sleep. They won't hesitate to get someone in a sleeper hold, right? Yes. If the mask has slipped off their nose, or even for a brief second, right?
They'll be onto the chin wearers.
Yeah, anyone who's a chin wearer, you're going down, right? They've got tape measures, Gemma, instead of guns, and a 2-metre long broom handle, and they roam the parks.
It's one of those tape measures that's like infrared.
1.5 metres that you're going down. They're interrupting picnics, right? And then anyone kissing in a park. Oi, are you in the same bubble? Are you in the same bubble? I can't wait to see it. Lockdown 2 coming soon, guys.
They'll also have those people sat in a doctor's waiting surgery.
Yeah.
Because you're only allowed to spend 15 minutes with a doctor. So if you're in there for 14 minutes and 59 seconds, 1 second over, they'll be on you.
Or you've got to go in there and try and explain to a doctor your entire problems in 30 seconds while there's a COVID soldier next to you going, come on, I don't care about your bunions, come on. Yes. I love it. Gemma, we've got some news from the internet. How are we doing?
Shout-outs.
Go on, do some shout-outs. I'm going to try and fix this. I can't seem to...
We're going to do a shout-out. Don't cock it up though, Doug, because everything's fine here.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
We're going to say a shout-out to Kim Harkett. Happy birthday, Doug. She says it's her birthday today. This is from David.
Yeah.
Her husband.
Kim Harkett.
Yes.
That's a great name.
It's a great name. And we're watching the Shed Show from Suffolk with a glass of wine.
Oh, I love a Suffolk.
P.S. Kim thinks Gemma's hilarious and way better than Scott. Not really, but she said I am hilarious. She didn't say the better than Scott bit.
Oh, the better than Scott. Oh.
No, she didn't say that. And see you in Norwich next year. Thanks, David.
Oh, I will see you in Norwich next year. Oh, happy birthday.
Say happy birthday to Joe for tomorrow.
Yeah, I love this, by the way. Oh, we're back on, by the way. We're all good. This is my favourite. This is Joe and Gemma. Gemma got Joe a present.
From all of us.
And the way she's done it looks like a Premiership team who's signed a new footballer. Look at that handover. Look at the contract.
It really made me
laugh. The contract. Congratulations, here's Pandora. You'll be very happy at this club. I love that, Gemma. I love that.
It really made me laugh though. I don't know why we had to do it like that, but we did.
Yeah.
And also, well done to Mark. He's building a shed that Scott is going to be so jealous of.
Well, we'll see about that, Mark. I want to have a look. What is it? It's not a shed, is it built? It's another house. It's another house.
No, it meets the technical requirements of a shed.
Yeah.
But it is bitching.
Bitching?
It's bitching.
I love it. I'm going to see it, Mark. The further away, where is it? Is it down the bottom of the garden?
No, it's at the side of the house.
Oh, it's basically what I love is as you get older and you're married a long time, you build yourself another house, Mark.
I said these things save marriages.
Oh well.
Should save marriages.
Do you know what, Gemma? Can I just do one story from the news, which is a beautiful story?
Yeah.
Sticky second. A pensioner has mistaken a slushy machine for hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, look! He's sweet in a way. On his way out, on his way in, he couldn't find the hand sanitizer, and he just did 2 pumps of raspberry slushy.
Well, in all fairness, the blue one probably would strip your skin out.
I mean, my kids drink it, and he can take the enamel off the bath.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? But what I love is he went and he looked for the hand sanitizer. He couldn't find it, so he basically opened the slushy machine and popped it on his hands, right? Believing it was sanitizing his finger. After rubbing the ice chilli slush into his fingers, he walked into the store, and no one dare say anything to him. Oh, bless. But then on the way out, he weed in it. No, I love it. I just like, So what I love about it, Gemma, is I wonder if he drank the hand sanitizer as a flip on that.
Oh,
do you know what though? That is easily confused because I don't know if I've told you this, Gemma.
Go on.
I told you the time that we went to Wickes once with my children.
Yeah.
And Olivia needed the toilet, and I didn't know this. She just went to the bathroom section, hopped on the display model, and crapped into it. She didn't. But that's the sort of thing you'd be able to get away with that as a parent, I think, wouldn't you?
Oh, bless.
If you just left a little Todd in it and just went, it's very comfortable, you know. So that poor old confusion, innit? That's confusion. We're in confusing times. God bless you, mate.
Right, another shout out.
Go on.
Shout out to Mandy Rose's husband, Andy, who's had his hip hop.
Hip hop.
I think it.
Who did it? Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
Come on, that's good.
That was good.
That's good.
It was a couple of weeks. No, God, Mandy, how long ago was it now? It's probably even 4 weeks ago now. I can't remember, but anyway, he's doing well. He's getting better, and he's watching tonight. So well done, Andy. You're very brave.
Oh, tell everyone I can see the feed at my end now, and I'm sorry for panicking.
They don't forgive you.
They don't forgive me.
They are absolutely sick of the panicking.
You don't forgive me. You don't forgive me. Oh.
You don't forgive you.
Can I give you another story?
Go on.
This one made me laugh this week. Before we go to question of the week.
Yeah.
Police chief calls Extinction Rebellion a nuisance as they, and this is a quote, Gemma,
Go on.
keep going floppy when they're arrested. This is my favourite story of the week, right? Apparently, when they get arrested, Extinction Rebellion, here's a picture.
Oh, they go like a toddler when you're trying to get
them. They go like a toddler when you're trying to get them in a car seat. They go like that, and they go floppy like this. And it's a technique to make it really difficult to get arrested. And do you know what? It made me laugh so much because I'm just thinking, do you know what, Gemma? When you're in a city centre and you see these guys fighting outside kebab shops.
Look at that picture a minute. Carry on. Keep talking.
These guys fighting outside kebab shops, and they always resist arrest.
Yeah.
Stop it, guys. What you need to do, just let yourself go. All Zen life, and it'll make it really difficult.
Stop being floppy. I thought that was Boris Johnson, then. That's why I had to double check.
I wish it was Boris. But do you know what? This is the thing, right? He said, "Stop going floppy." He said,
"Stop going floppy."
He said, Metropolitan Police Steve House described the climate change as a flipping nuisance and a pain in the neck. He says, we're asking them to stop being floppy. He said that.
They ought to feed more Viagra.
Yeah, well, the best thing is, right, do you know what he said? Do you know what? He asked him to stop being floppy, right? And I just love it because that's the same tactics they used when they arrest flashers. But it's the opposite. Sorry, I've got that wrong. It's the opposite, isn't it? You need to go floppy, mate, because that is going to take my eye out. Do you know what I mean?
God.
I love how it's like he hasn't cottoned on, Gemma, that they're deliberately making it difficult for him. Like, why are they going floppy?
Oh, man.
Do you know what? In a way, I admire Extinction Rebellion, Gem.
Go on.
Because I'm glad they exist, because it does take the pressure off people like me who can't be arsed. I know I care about the environment, but I've got a bottle bin, Gem.
Yeah.
I've done my bit.
You've got a lot on.
I've done my bit. I've got a new bottle
on.
bin. I've got my bit. But it's like they can organise a leaving do. That's the way I see it. I'll put some money in the card, right? I'd love to glue myself to a bank. I would, but my credit ratings...
You'd never glue you with your skin.
With the eczema. Just peel it. Also, as well, our credit rating's on its arse as it is. I don't think sticking my ball sack to Joanne's window is going to help matters. Just, I want a fixed price mortgage. And then the police come, I've gone floppy. I'm going floppy. Oh, I love it.
Oh, Gemma Mark said, can you come to the official opening of their shed and cut the ribbon?
Of course I can, yes. That would be amazing. Do you know what I love as well? Is like people said, like, they're an extreme organisation. Like, how can you get radicalised by Extinction Rebellion, right? I mean, what would you see? I noticed the behaviour change. If behaviour changed, Gemma, we'd find him by the thermostat, just looking at it, turning lights off. He'd spend all day by the bins, just quietly recycling. And then one day, he flipped out and he hijacked that oil tanker with a gluten-free breadstick. Brilliant.
Oil tanker.
Oil tanker.
Excuse me, can you put me and Joe back on the board, please?
Okay, yeah, why she asked for it?
No, because it's funny.
It's funny, isn't it? It's so funny. Gemma, should we do question of the week?
Yeah!
It's an absolute banger. We've got a lot to get through this week.
Don't say that. You always say that.
No, I mean, do you know what I mean?
You know, but people have got things to do.
I love how this is an inconvenience for you.
Look.
You're going to be one of those social distancing warriors.
Guys,
You'll be amazing.
No, I say to him every week, people have got stuff to do.
Yeah.
8 o'clock comes and they're like, I want to watch my next programme at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I've got to put the bins out, you know, and he always runs over. Always runs over.
Come on. Well, you get on with the theme tune.
Woo! Quick. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
That's it. Crank him up.
Come on. The question of the week is phobias. Oh, there's lots, Gemma.
This is a hot
We're going to wrap Lindsay Santoro.
Oh, I love Lindsay.
Afternoon.
She's so
writes,
funny. She can say something just not funny and it's funny.
Well, the pressure's on then, isn't it? Afternoon. It was coming through me as a conduit. Afternoon.
Sorry about that.
I'm scared of velvet. It makes me feel sick. At an old job, someone wrapped me in a blanket and I threw up. That was that bit.
Hopefully on the blanket.
Hopefully on the
blanket.
Also, my friend is scared of balloons. She went to see the boy with tape on his face, and at the end of the show, he released all these balloons into the audience. She was in the middle row and ended up kicking some old man in the face, trying to get out, and then she ran down a fire escape.
I'm not laughing at an old man being kicked in the face, but it's the thought of being so panicked by a balloon that you're like,
it's an innocuous thing to do, though.
I know, but the thing is, phobias are real. If you don't suffer with it, it just...
So she's never had a birthday party, probably, in her life.
Wow.
Velvet, man.
Oh,
Here we go. Nicola Weston, hello. Weird phobia. Mine is clusters of holes.
Oh!
Trypophobia.
She wouldn't like this.
Trypophobia. She wouldn't like this picture.
What's
Trypophobia, which is a foot in the shape of a crumpet.
Oh!
Sorry, Nicola. Ooh.
Oh, no, God, is that like leprosy or something?
I think it's a crumpet foot.
No, it's a foot.
It's not real.
That's real.
Is it?
That's a foot condition.
I just want to put butter on that.
Oh, Scott, that's horrible.
It's a crumpet foot.
No.
Pikelet foot.
I can't even look at that, and I haven't got a hole.
You've got trypophobia.
No, I haven't. It's horrible.
She said the name, there's a name for it. Annoyingly, I can't even Google the definitions because the images pop up straight away. They stress me out. No rational reason at all. Nicola, were you hit with a colander as a child or something? Or hit with... How does she have a shower? Because the shower head must terrify her.
No, she just don't look.
She doesn't look at the shower head. She goes in like that.
Well, who stands in the shower looking at the frigging shower head?
Me. I like it like that. I like it like a film. I like it to cascade.
No, you stand there like...
No. It's the only place I get to myself. Here's one here. Karen Potter, she said spiders, but then she said also fishing rods. I don't get that.
Rod?
She said, I can't walk behind fishermen, and when someone cycles past with a rod on the shoulder, it's the thought of them floating back in. It's getting hooked, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that.
Right.
I know what she means there, Karen.
I don't think there's a name for that, is there, that phobia?
Getting hooked in the face.
But that's kind of like what me and my mate Helen was saying today. We've got a phobia of things, we foresee things happening.
Right.
So we have a vision of something terrible happening. Like you'll see a circumstance and you'll think,
you're...
like the fishing rod.
Can I name it?
I've just imagined that hooking into that boy's face.
I think I know a name for it.
But there's no name.
Final Destination phobia.
Wow.
Whereas you see scenarios from Final Destination. Like, I'll be having spaghetti and Gemma will be like, that spaghetti will get wrapped round your neck and then you'll get drowned in bolognese.
Yeah, if there's a name for it, like...
She'll have visions.
No, Sophia can be running along and all of a sudden in my head, I'll see her falling, smashing her face on the floor. That sounds horrible, but I foresee the potential...
Gemma's walking through a constant "you've been framed." It's like, and she'll go like that, she'll go... And I'll go, what's that?
I've
had a vision. I've had a vision.
Yeah, I genuinely can't control it. I'll go, and you'll go, well, can we just sat watching telly? And you're like, what's the matter with you? And I'm like, and you'll go, have you had a vision? I'm like, yeah, I've had a vision.
Having a vision.
I know, it's weird.
I'm sick of your visions. I'm having your visions with you. You're like the government announcement at 10 o'clock at night. Gemma will just reach out. Look, you did it.
Yeah, look.
Stop it.
I did.
You thought that was going to hit you in the face.
I didn't foresee
right.
that.
She says, anyway, it seems, I think it stems from back being a kid. I remember seeing on the news about someone getting the hook stuck on their nose. And since then, the image has been stuck with it. Well, I bet you haven't heard that one before. I haven't. To be honest, Karen, I think you need help. Okay, here we go. There's loads here.
One?
Absolute dread. This is Helen Heinsohn. I can't even type it without shivering and feel sick. It's bandages, stocky neck material, or gauze. Very specific. My face is numb with the thought. Way back when, when I was a teenager, my sister had a tooth out and the hole packed with some meshy gauze, and she revealed it at the bus stop. I couldn't pass out as she's my little sister. It was gross. I'm afraid of that. And moths. Not that keen on clowns.
She just added those.
She just added a load.
Moths, clowns.
So a clown wearing gauze.
I must admit, what is
I
it
think
about...
I think it's the gip reflex though she's got there.
Yeah, but I love a butterfly. Not keen on a moth.
Speaking of gip, that's yours.
No, let's not talk about it either.
We need to talk about it because we need to talk about Becky having her therapy.
I don't like
Gemma has got a fear of
No, I just don't. Well, nobody likes
being
I
sick.
can't even say it. Don't say it. But I...
Struggling with it. Gemma doesn't like people being sick.
Well, who does?
I don't know.
Well, I'm just
Must be
gonna
someone.
say that I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
Been on many school trips.
Yeah.
You know the score, people. When I have to step up, I step up.
Yeah.
When the kids are real, I step up.
Yeah.
But not good.
But yeah, and a friend, Becky, had therapy.
Had a similar thing.
And they had therapy, and what she had to do, she had to walk through Nottingham city centre to acclimatise to the possibility of seeing people do it on a Friday night.
Yeah.
I love
was
that.
Part of the,
because that in a
because
way,
it's called aversion therapy.
aversion therapy, yeah. And I don't have that, but I'd love to do that. I'd love to have a tour around on a Saturday night walking through town. It's like a weird I'm a celebrity bush tucker trial for her, isn't it?
Oh, it's horrible.
Sort of watching
Let's not
people.
talk about that now.
Okay.
We did enough piss poo and God knows what last week.
I'm just saying it's part of the phobia.
It's okay, it's fine.
Ray Thompson, I have a rational fear of rubbing my fingers on a pool table really quickly.
Oh!
It's called
I don't like
textophobia or haptophobia. It's textures.
Who?
Textophobia. It's a texture thing.
Yeah.
It's a texture
I
thing.
have a bit of that.
I'm with you on that.
I'm with you on that one.
This is the same thing that Oliver's got.
Oliver.
Cotton wool.
Cotton wool.
Loads of cotton wool.
Loads of people have got cotton wool. Loads of people have tin foil.
Is it chewing cotton wool
Tin
and
foil.
tin foil? Yeah, I think it is. It is. So most of you will never smoke crack. That is a good thing.
Yes.
Rachel Quinn. I'm terrified of mice. Can't even watch them on TV.
Mice.
Can't even watch them. Can't even watch Mickey Mouse.
Rachel, my mum is with you. My mum was terrified.
She had a mouse scratch under her bed as a kid and never recovered.
Oh.
Right, and she
my
said,
dad told my mum that they can't go upstairs, and that seemed to bait her for a while. No.
She found a mouse in her house. A mouse in her house. She was watching Silent Witness, and the mouse appeared from nowhere, and it jumped up, and it knew you were scared. And her husband brought back one of his firefighter colleagues. He'd come prepared with an air rifle.
Oh, Jesus.
I bet he loved that. Got a mouse in the house.
Picking off mice. Yeah.
I've got it.
Yeah.
With one shot, he dispatched the mouse, which was hiding under the bookcase. And then she moved back in.
Oh, God.
It took her ages to go back out.
You know what? My brother set up his night vision video camera when he was at university.
Oh, yes. This is the place.
And there were were they rats or mice?
There were mice.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And
it ran over his face.
No, it didn't run over his face, but they were all over the bloody shop.
Oh, that's awful.
That's
they were like partying. They were like smoking, like beagles. Just
not good.
Wake up, James. Come on, join in. Wasps.
Oh,
now, there's so many. I hate wasps. Wasps are bastards, aren't they?
Oh.
They're just bastards. There's no reason for wasps
I've said
to be
they're
there.
arrogant. They are arrogant because they know we need them.
And then just come ruin every summer, every picnic.
Summer, every picnic.
Do you know what? I think I've just got an idea. Forget these social distancing warriors. We just need a load of wasps because that'll disperse people. No one's going to be 2 meters together when you just send a couple of wasps in just to see what's going on.
They've cordoned off a tree at Liv School and it's full of them, all flying around.
I'm not happy about that. She could bring them back in a bag. Oh. They said, look, normal people, Me.
Yeah.
He's done a little diagram for us. I love that. That describes Keith's fear. He says, I love that. He's described his fear in a really basic way.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that, Keith.
If you've not seen Michael McIntyre's Wasp
Yeah.
routine,
Don't promote another more successful comedian.
oh, come
who
on,
didn't have to
like he's
perform
going to
in a
make a
shed.
difference to us in a shed.
Oh, all right, okay.
Watch it, it's really funny.
This is really funny. A lot of people scared of wasps, Gemma.
Loads of people.
I think what I'm going to do now...
I used to be a panicker, but
Yeah.
I've become, since I've had kids, I've become a wafter.
You've been a wafter.
I'm not a stay stiller because I couldn't let it just land on me, but I just kind of go, that's it, off you go.
You try and coach it. You try and
Yeah,
persuade
I
it.
tried to be calm from the kids.
Gemma tries to persuade the wasp.
Yeah.
Come on, get your...
I mean, obviously you're pissing it off every time you waft it away.
Yeah.
But I try to be calm.
And it
kids,
never works, does it?
But I can upgrade to a panicker.
Here we go, right? I want to tell you this one, right?
Oh, this is weird.
Catherine Hutchinson is wooden lolly sticks.
Yeah, what is that?
I think I know what that is.
Does she mean wooden cutlery as well?
Wooden cutlery. So like she's having an ice cream in the theatre.
Exactly.
She can't eat it because of the little wooden thing. So why are you buying them then?
Oh,
just
God.
just eating it out the bowl. Do you know what I think it is? I think that's when you were a kid, you went to the doctors and they put one on your tongue to look at your tonsils, and I think that's in your head.
Hate that.
I think you've associated that with the
Oh.
tongue. You're thinking of a tongue press there, Catherine. I've started you on the therapy, darling. All you need to do is follow that up now. I have identified that nugget of information.
Yeah,
I think it's the tongue press.
I think you're right there.
I think I'm right. I think it's a tongue press. And what you need to do is to climatise. You need to go down the chippy, get a couple of those wooden forks, and just do a few tongue presses in there. You know what I mean?
She will be going nowhere near a wooden fork.
I'm going to pause here because I want to give some actual help from a professional.
What?
We have spoken to our professional advisor on the show, Claire Ellis, who has done hypnotherapy for people with anxiety, phobias, all sorts of stuff. She treated someone who had the fear of public speaking.
Yeah, and I've got a friend who...
I don't struggle with that because
well.
I'm an idiot, professional idiot. And you don't really, do you? Because you're a teacher. However, she said, I use a script with lots of clients that imagine walking down corridors with doors, choosing a door, describing what the door looks like. We open the door together. They describe what they're seeing in the door, inside the door. I like it. Like a VR trip through their heads.
So you go through the door and there's an audience?
Yeah, and it calms them down. Well, no, there's just, she says, because I've had people open the door, there's a garden or a meadow or nothing but darkness. I think that's the spare room. Switch the light on. Right? Hypnotherapy digs into past experiences.
Right.
They shape your responses. It's always from a childhood experience.
Really?
So what they'll have done, they've had some sort of thing where they've had to spot. Like Olivia's going to be a judge. So that will be good for her. She'll get rid of that. She'll be guilty. You're going down. Guilty.
Yeah. What could it be? Something as simple as like if when you were a kid, your parents like put you on the spot to say, talk to somebody, or could it be something like that that's made you afraid of it then?
Yes, I think that's what it is. That's what they say. There's an embarrassment moment. And she says, anyway, speaking about hypnotherapy, I'd say to anyone with a fear of public speaking to imagine people naked, or the audience are just people. And I think this is a spell check issue, because she said, with the same twatting views of the world and politics. What is twatting? That's twatting isn't. It's come through as a spelling error.
Knowing Claire, it might be actually the right
The same twatting views of the world and politics. She said, basically, we encourage people to go on boats and swim, float on clouds and relax. She said she had someone who was so relaxed, they farted.
Oh, God, I was actually going to say fell asleep.
Fell asleep. I had that in a yoga class.
You did?
I did yoga, went in there, paid 30 quid for a nap. Woke up, everyone had gone. Woke up, they were all rolling up mats.
Yeah.
And the woman said to me, everything okay? And I went, yeah. She went, you were snoring. You were snoring.
I bet you didn't care.
I
bet
didn't
you had
give a
the
shit.
best kit.
I said to her, I'm coming every week, love.
Yeah, I know.
She said,
book me in.
She said, it's very expensive just to sleep on a mat. I'm not bothered. It's brilliant. You've got the candles. I got a cup of raspberry tea.
Raspberry tree.
Raspberry tea. 35 quid. I'll take it again.
It's gone up.
It's got, well, whatever it was. It goes up if I don't hit the snooze button.
No, that's because
if I don't have the alarm.
You're Billy BS, aren't you? You make things up.
I did sleep.
I know you did go there, and I know you can. I know you slept. But you make up the price. It wasn't £30 or £35, was it?
20. Stop coming back with facts. I want to do this. This is part of my job is exaggeration. Oh, that's not on.
I've got a phobia of people exaggerating like you.
I've got a phobia of being belittled in the shed by my wife. There you go. Someone is. He got buttons.
I've heard of that one.
That's a weird.
Where
How
they
do you
can't-
get dressed?
Well, you wear stuff without buttons.
It limits your clothing, doesn't it?
But
That?
I've heard about this.
Buttons.
Yeah.
They could never
that's
see
real.
Cinderella as a kid because he said, "Here comes the buttons."
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. Someone said kids' dolls. They are scary, mate.
They are scary.
Oh God,
Flipping heck, they're scary.
fag ends. I've got that fag end. She says like this is
Yeah, but as
Doreen
a
Mitchell.
phobia.
She said like no, because she said I can't touch them. And she says
Right.
when her son started crawling, my mum left her ashtray on the floor.
Oh.
He helped himself, and they were all sticking out of his mouth.
Oh,
Oh.
I think the thing is there, and that's what it's because somebody else's mouth has been on it.
Yeah.
It's the
Your mouth, putting your mouth on things. It's the most intimate part of your body. That putting your mouth on things, and that's why I think a lot of phobias are like that.
What would you if you were challenged to pick up a cigarette butt out of a random pub ashtray?
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't have one now, would you? But what would you do it for like 20 quid?
What, with my mouth?
Yeah.
Just
Like,
my
put it in
mouth?
your- no,
Like
just put
bobbing
them in-
for apples?
No, just put them in your mouth and lick it.
Well, at the moment, yeah. We've got no money, have we? I'd do it.
You do it for 20 quid?
I'd do it for a tenner.
Ah,
I'd do it for dinner.
silly.
No, I think I've got a few weird phobias. I suppose mine's heights, innit?
Would you lick a school door handle?
I thought you were going to say something
For
else.
20, for 20
Jesus.
quid.
Would I lick a school door handle for 20 quid?
Uh-huh.
No, because I've
100.
seen our children. 100,
100.
absolutely. Absolutely. I'd deep throat the bloody staircase for that. I'd chew every pencil for 100 quid.
God,
I think heights with me, because that was when we went to the Eiffel Tower, and I have that compulsion to jump. That's the weird thing.
Well, we were talking about this because who had scared...
It's like when you're scared of heights so much.
Oh, Joe, I saw today. She doesn't like heights.
I remember being on top of the Blackpool Tower as a kid,
Yeah.
and it was really windy,
Yeah.
and I was in a really crap cagoule, and it was wah, 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 and it was loud, and my mum and dad were like, "Just look over here, look at that," and I think my dad said something like, "Oh, imagine that, step through there, certain death." None of that helped.
No.
And I remember that just being, and I know where my fear of heights came from.
Where?
Because it came from my mum and my dad. When I was a little kid, I was about 3, and he sat me on the wall at the seaside at Bridlington,
Yeah.
and I remember it.
Yeah.
And I was sat there like that, and I was all relaxed and looking out at the ships. Then he went, "Ugh!"
Oh, God.
And I went, "Ugh!" and I was so scared.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me. That every time I associate a drop,
Is
now,
that's where your phobia came from?
I think it was. And then, like, when I was a kid once, we were walking along Flamborough Head, and my dad didn't tell me that the foghorn goes off at a certain time. So I'm walking along, just all like, trying to, I think this was after the other, ugh. So I was like beating my phobia, going, "Come on, Scott, you can do this, come on, Scott." And I must have walked past, and he went, "Ah!" And I just hit the deck like that. I was so scared.
Awful,
So there you go.
Awful.
I'm just not good.
Do you want to tell everybody about when we went to the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah. Went to the Eiffel Tower with Gemma. Lovely romantic weekend in Paris. She went up on her own. I stayed at the bottom. So Gemma had to go all the way up and give a camera to a strange man. No, you took a selfie before they were even cool.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I can't do it. Do you know why? Eiffel Tower, too gappy. Big laddery.
gappy,
just weird gappy.
Clinky.
I sort of...
A bit of a weird lift.
Do you know what really made me laugh? We've done the Empire State Building, and you know when people walk round and they like walk up and they go, and they're like leaning over and they're taking pictures. I feel like going, "Don't do it, no.
Yeah, I know.
Don't
you
do
were
it
like
now.
pinned to the wall.
No, please don't do it. No,
Yeah.
please." I get scared for them.
I know.
I'm like, "Here's gonna fall."
You would never be able to do that. My friend Emma Wright, she did that Grand Canyon thing. I'm sure it's
No.
like a glass
Yeah.
viewing thing, isn't
Bollocks
it?
to that.
Oh.
I tell you what I do is I stand at the back like that and like say that, and I just go, "It's lovely. I've made it up here now. Well done, everyone. We've seen it now. Come on."
What if it fails?
I've got to stop. What are you playing imaginary
Sorry,
music?
sorry.
What if it fails?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's going to be a day in like 100 years.
No,
when
because it's regular maintenance, isn't it? They don't just leave it and then
Yeah,
one
but
day
what
it
if the cliff-
crumbles.
What if the cliff erodes a bit and they don't know it's eroding?
Flamborough Heads could do that.
Oh, God.
No, don't
Anyway,
get me started.
right. You've gone on way too long.
Oh, shut up. Stop worrying. You plonker.
Oh.
Right, final story before we ring my parents. Snake used as a fake mask on a bus.
What?
Face mask on a bus. A man wore a real life snake as a face mask.
That is ridiculous.
I love that. Greater Manchester. And what I loved is that
Go on.
the Manchester Transport Police said,
Yeah.
"We can confirm that this snake is not a genuine face mask. He said, basically, while there is some small degree of interpretation that can be applied to this, we do not believe it extends to the use of a snakeskin, especially when the said snakeskin is still attached. Still attached to the snake.
Why the hell would you wear a snake around your
Well,
head?
maybe he was a government minister and just come back from the Cobra meeting.
Oh.
That's a funny joke. You're not paying attention.
I know. I was reading this comment.
What's the comments?
I heard someone talk about a phobia of toast sweat. When you
Toast sweat.
when you just get the toast out of the toaster and the dampness it leaves on the counter. That's Helen Gowdy. How do you pronounce that? Gowdy.
Helen
Goody.
Well, toast sweat.
Yeah, toast sweat. I think it's a real thing, isn't
What
it,
is
Helen?
toast sweat?
When you put it on the counter and it makes like a hot, patch.
Toast
hot patch.
perspiration.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Toast sweat.
How can toast sweat? It's weird. So what do you think
Awful.
about this man wearing a...
Rubbish. Don't wear a snake, you nana.
I quite like the idea of like going and then you could go with a dog on your face and stuff. All that. It's like a lovely hot water bottle, isn't it?
Oh God!
I just like the idea of that. Isn't it more difficult to wrap a python round your face and just pop a mask on? It's just. I mean, where are we going?
He just wanted to take his snake to town.
Technically, I've wrapped my snake round my face.
Oh God!
Well,
God help us.
he wraps his snake round his face. They let him off. I do it once. I have to go on a course.
Can everybody shout hello to Paul McGeady because
up.
he's not watching tonight, he's watching on catch up. But
He's watching on catch
please
up.
mention me because you know he's here every week. Say hi, Paul McGeady. Everybody says hello.
Oh wow! Well, in that case, I think we've got no
But
choice.
on that note,
Shall we ring my mum and dad?
yeah, come on.
Has it been all right tonight? I feel like I'm all over the place.
You're not, Doc. You're fine. You're absolutely.
I'm gonna have to edit all that bit at the start because I look like a blathering idiot.
Yeah, well, we kept telling you, didn't we, everyone? Just carry on.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys.
You didn't listen.
Turn it up.
Crank it up. Crank it up.
They're not in.
Oh, God.
This is my phobia.
Hello.
Hello. I thought you weren't going to be in.
Are you alright, love?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
I thought you weren't going to be in. I was
I'm
scared.
running sick again, Gemma.
Oh, God. Mags, have you heard
Yeah?
have you heard from Ross and Holly?
Yes, it could be coming any time.
Yeah, do you know this?
Yeah, my brother. But tell these people. Don't make out it's private.
No, I know. So basically, our sister-in-law has
Yeah.
had a sweep today, and they've said she's already
Sweep.
2 centimetres,
Weird.
and they can feel the head, and oh boy.
Why does a
It might be
sweep? A sweep sounds
So we might be
nice.
zooming down there at night tonight.
I can't believe it.
Why, a sweep sounds nice, but it's not, is it?
Well, no, it didn't hurt me, but sometimes...
I prefer a sooty.
But please don't, not on that end. But I said, on the day that I had the
You'll end
sweep...
up suing.
No, oh, good! On the day I had a sweep, I had Sophia that night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, get going, Mum. You're going to have to do this song quickly.
I packed a bag, Gemma.
I know.
I packed a bag ready to go down and look after Poppy.
Oh, well done, Mags.
Oh.
Well done.
Well, let's...
I hope we're here for Sunday, Gemma, for you coming up.
Oh my gosh, that'd be perfect.
Right,
wouldn't
Mum,
it?
this has descended into a normal chat. This is live. What are you doing? We can't just start chatting like we're on Facebook here. We can't just start chatting.
Sorry.
Can we have a bit of male speaking now?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
on. Are you all right, Roy?
Held you over the wall at Bridlington.
You did.
Oh God.
Oh, my boat was here.
What's this?
He said the lifeboat was there.
You wait until the lifeboat were out. Watch them come, son. Just keep treading water. They'll come and get you.
Yeah.
It was terrifying. Have you got any?
That's why you were such a good swimmer.
Have you got?
Yeah, he's a good swimmer.
Have you got any phobias, Dad?
The only one I've got is when the brown envelope comes through and it says Santander on it.
I like it.
Very
We've
good.
all got a phobia of bills.
Yeah.
What about Mum?
Oh, I haven't got any phobias, just scratching on the pan bottom. I don't like that.
Ooh.
You don't like a bottom being scratched.
You two double act. Like phoning cannon and balls.
It's great.
Brilliant.
Oh.
What song have you got for us tonight, Pops?
Oh,
Right, well, we've got this song and I've got to say I'm going to dedicate this song to my partner and tambourinist, Mrs. Mags Bennett.
Way.
Oh, I've lost my diamond.
It's called Mr. Tambourine Man.
Oh,
I
yes.
love this
Great
one.
song. Let's do
You
it.
love everyone, Gemma.
Ah.
Let's do it, Pops.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I know. Here we go then. I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Down, man, play a song for me. Sing the jingle jangle morning loud, I'm following you.
I think I've got tambourine.
So I know that it's been far, how good return to standing. Vanish from my hand, let me blind and live to stand, but still not sleeping. My weariness amazes me, I'm abandoned on my feet. I have no one to meet, and the ache and empty streets too late for dreaming. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there ain't no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. Take me for a trip upon your magic whirlwind. All my senses are beaten, and my hands can feel the grip, and my toes do not step, waiting only for my booties to be wandering. I'm ready to go anywhere, I'm ready for you, babe. Into my own day, just your dancing down my way. I promise you go under it. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there ain't no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you.
Brilliant, that. Do you know what? There was a moment.
I love that one. I genuinely love that song. It's
There's
lovely.
a moment then when I looked at me and Gemma dancing around a shed with a kazoo in his mouth, where I did think, what the hell are we doing? Do you know what I mean? I sort of zoned out and thought, what are we doing
If
now?
you analyse it too much, you won't do it.
It's madness, isn't it?
Yeah.
27 weeks.
Ask ourselves that every morning.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Brilliant as always. We can
Yeah.
always rely on you to rehearse and get some stuff together that's impressive.
Yeah, well done. And fingers crossed, we'll see you on Sunday. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, see you on Sunday. Say goodbye to everyone. Love you. Bye-bye. night.
Love you.
Good night, Centrodians. That's what he said. That's where he go. That's how we go. That's Roy and Mags. That's where they go.
Love you. Bye.
They go. And do you know what? Someone said, if you want to know what yours is, the visions, catastrophizing.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
That's me.
I've had that.
That is me all
I catastrophize,
over.
don't I? Because I
Terrible.
remember what I do is, because I've got young children, when anyone doesn't laugh at one of my jokes, I feel it.
Yeah.
And I catastrophize, because in my head, when a joke doesn't land, I just see like shoes being taken off Sophia's feet. Just like, do you know what, being ripped away? Or like a spoonful of Weetabix just being teased out of her mouth like that. Come on. Are you hungry, Sophia? You're going to stay hungry because Daddy's useless.
Oh, God.
Awful, isn't it?
Well done, everyone. Week 27.
27.
In the can.
In the can. Well, yeah. Done, innit? It's done. I'm gonna have to, what can I do to stop flapping?
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
That's what you've got, a phobia of broadband.
Phobia of broadband.
Yeah,
I definitely have.
Broadband phobia.
This has made me scared of my own broadband.
I know.
When I go up to the router and I plug in, I go, please don't let me down tonight. Please just be good. Please keep going. And he did. And I should have known. I should have known.
Right, you need to wrap up because people are missing the 8 o'clock show.
Turn that down then, it's banging. You've been brilliant. 27 weeks. We'll see you next week.